Yeah, there is my boy Panic.
Looks like they're already getting ready to drop
Yeah,
the gate for Moto 1.
it is just about go time already. A nice quick transition right at 5:30. It is what I like to see and hear. Where is Pibbert? Why are you deafened in the commentary channel?
Maybe he'll come alive.
Maybe he'll come alive. All right, boys, welcome to Unadilla for round four here in the D class as they are lined up on the gate, ready to go, and we are underway.
And it's a full gate, too.
Yeah, the gate is stacked, and it looks like Scott 822 of Crash MX is going to get the whole shot with LBG right behind him, Champ MX in third. Lazy on the Moto Factory, and I don't even know, Mountain Drew. It is already going to be a wild time here. Didn't really get to do a nice how are you doing there, Brad. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Excited to watch some motos on Unadilla. Definitely should provide some great action for tonight.
Unadilla always does, and LBG looks like he just sent the bike over a little bit, leaned over and lost his position, went down pretty hard. Champ MX on the inside is going to take the first place spot away from Scott. So a nice battle for the lead here early at Unadilla. A little bit of contact from the both of them. They're coming into this tricky little U-turn here. We've seen quite a few guys over our time here at Unadilla. They take that inside, but it sometimes will shoot you out into those pylons. So you got to be very wary of that when you're coming around. Moving into the wide sweeper, it is Champ MX currently holding the lead with Scott 822 sitting in second. John Bolin sitting in third. Twisted, a Verb Moto sitting in fourth. We got Zach, Big, Lazy, Topis.
Big slew of riders right there
Yeah.
battling for fifth.
Yeah, about four riders battling for fifth, I believe. And a massive pain. Ooh, that's a big collision up there. As Big and Topis end up getting into each other right before the big hills. And this hill right here, this is also going to be another problem maker for a lot of riders. If you go down on that hill, that is going to set you back a lot trying to get back up the hill.
Champ MX still has the lead with Crash behind him. Oh, that's the team. I can't even go it. Scoot. However you should pronounce that. Is in second.
I'm rolling with Scott. I'm rolling with Scott. SKOT is looking good for me. So Champ MX, Scott 822, and John Bolin, your current top three right now, as Zach and Lazy are battling for fourth. A little bit of contact as they both cross-run each other just a little bit. Dalton got right in the middle of them. Looks like caused just about both of them to crash, but Dalton is going to stay clean and stay on the bike as he's going to take the position, and LBG is going to be behind him with Connor, Mountain Drew, and Spectre. Both Zach and Top has lost a good amount of positions there in that accident. But already there is a nice big gap starting to form here. We are only on lap 2, and Champ MX is dominating the field so far.
Alright, boys, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh man, where have you been? I've missed you.
Well, I'm sorry. I was grabbing a change of clothes and getting settled in for the night here.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
I just want to point out the fact that, like, past John Bolin here in third, fourth through probably what, 10th, 12th, maybe even, is just right there within seconds of each other. Like, that's how stacked this is right now.
It is extremely stacked. Oh, and I just saw,
Champ
what was
MX
that?
went
Yeah,
down.
Champ MX went down, so Scott 822, he's going to take back the lead, and he's going to have a couple bike lengths over him as it took Champ just a little bit to get back on the bike and get moving.
Navo, people saying that you're a little quiet there, buddy.
I just turned it up a little bit. That should be a lot better.
Okay. Was not aware if you had seen that yet or not.
Oh yeah, I'm very quick with what I see there. Just like these boys are very quick on the track.
Champion Max getting a really good run there, starting to put a drive on Scott. Was it 822? Yeah, 822. Quickly closing that gap back up to try to regain that position after going down.
And a very nice battle for the lead here. They're coming into the big U-turn. Going into those step-ups, you can gain a lot of time on these, depending on how you scrub them. And just right there, Scott didn't get a very good scrub over it. He ended up losing a lot of time because he was stuck up in the air. So Champ MX is getting an extremely good drive going over the big table as we come into the little chicane. Champ's going to elect to go further outside coming up the hill. He's going to end up getting the double, giving him a good drive up it. Scott sending the single. As we're coming
That was a really good move by Scott there, and he's doing it again, playing defensive, making his bike really wide to try to fend off Champ to hold that spot up front.
And it very well worked out for him. Champ having to blow the berm just a little bit so he wouldn't go down, but it's lost him just about a second there.
That was really good awareness there by Scott to know where Champ was and to push the bike wide and steal the line away from him to stop his drive up the hill.
Go ahead and keep an eye on that for me there, Pibber, if you would, good sir.
I got it, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So looking back here, I believe this is the battle for 6th place. LBG was in that battle and just went down, blowing the corner. Let's see exactly where they are here. Top is going to cross the line in 5th with Connor sitting in 6th. There is Gustavo of the Tryhard team, Dark and LBG. Dark and LBG are some of the pretty fast runners up here, and they're sitting about mid-pack.
Yeah, LBG's the red plate holder right now.
Yeah, so your current championship leader right here of LBG on the KD Racing Honda.
And
Mid-pack.
Dark's actually in second.
Ooh, Gustavo ends up going down, trying to get the bike straight back. He ends up hitting the pylon. Dark is going to go down. Spectre of Moto Factory is going to hit his bike while he's down. And just positions just changing and changing. Little mistakes on Unadilla just costing points and positions.
Not to take the focus away from that, Navo, but our battle for up front is tightened up again as Champ is all over the back of Scott. And I think he might have a better run up the hill now. Not going to be enough to get the pass just yet.
And these guys have really pulled away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, about a good 10 seconds last time across the finish line, 1st and 2nd, have got over 3rd place. So these boys are moving it, even with the little mistakes. They're just able to keep a good pace and stick very close to each other. So we're coming over the finish line for lap 4, I believe. About 6.5 minutes left.
Champ gonna go to the inside.
He sent it
Gonna
over the
take the
finish
spot
line.
away.
Made a good gap in between him and second place while doing it.
Oh, and Scott ends up going down. So Champ's really solidifying 1st place again as Scott ends up going down, and that's going to allow Twisted a little bit of time. Maybe he can get back into that 1st place battle.
Yeah, the thing for Scott right now is just to sit back, relax, don't get too stressed, get your heart rate back down, focus on your lines, ride your race, and pace yourself. You know you can run with the guy up front. You were holding him off the past 2 laps, so he just needs to focus forward and try to get back up there and compete again.
Absolutely. So looking back at our battle for 5th, between LBG and Connor. So LBG, your current points leader in the D class, has made up a good amount of positions to set him back in 5th. It's really, you got to think it's just about damage control for him right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's doing a good job of minimizing the points he's gonna lose in this first moto here. So he's gonna just need to click off as many positions as he possibly can and try to maintain that red plate.
Yeah, so what's Panic, if you wouldn't mind, what's the points gap between first and second currently?
LBG has 101 and Dark has 95.
95, so about a 6-point gap. Where is Dark at? Dark is sitting about 10th. So if LBG can hold this spot here, he's going to be able to keep that good points gap over Dark, because Dark's going to gain or lose a lot of points sitting where he's at, unless he can make a comeback.
Is in 3rd, but is he here tonight?
I do not believe Quakes is here tonight.
Up front, Navo, Scott went down over there on Screw You, didn't have the power to get up the hill, and that it's allowed Twisted to catch up. Twisted is now knocking on his back door, so we're fixing to have a battle for second place heat up here pretty soon.
Yeah, just about a 3-second difference as they went over the finish line last. So Scott 822 of Crash MX and Twisted of the new Verb Moto team, they're battling for those podium spots. Dalton on the Horizon Racing Honda with Toppis of FXR Racing coming in behind. This would be your 4th and 5th place. LBG dropping to 6th place. Connor still holding 7th. Gustavo sitting in 8th. It's a good ride for Gustavo so far. He's had some very unfortunate accidents over the past couple rounds.
Got a good battle heating up between Paradox and Mountain Drew for, I believe, 10.
Yeah, I just hit that as you said it. So Paradox on Factory Goon Honda, your championship winner of last season.
Went down.
Yeah, Drew went down, so that's going to give Paradox a lot of breathing room as he set his sights on Dark. And that allowed Zach of Woody Graphics Yamaha to get past Drew, and Drew's going to go down again. As Big and Jay Karen of the SYS team, they're starting to make their way through, so a lot of points being dropped there by Mountain Drew. So just 2.5 minutes left here at Moto 1 at Unadilla for round 4. Champ MX still holding strong that first place. Scott 822 in 2nd. Twisted also sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, I just want to note that Scott has pulled the gap between him and Twisted by quite a bit. He did exactly what he needed to do. He calmed back down. He started hitting his marks, and is now starting to take the pressure off of him from behind that Twisted was starting to apply. So he's putting in a solid ride right now. Just needs to stay focused.
Yeah, and as you guys can see here, the field is just so spread out between all the racers.
So Champ MX has the quick time so far with the 1:59. Everybody else is in the 2 minutes up.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Dalton just went down. That's going to allow Toppis, I believe, Toppis to get by. And is LBG close enough to capitalize on that as well? And I think he was.
So here we are on board with LBG of the KD Racing Honda team. So Dalton goes down. That's going to move Toppis into 4th and LBG into 5th currently, as we are going over the fast lap so far.
I believe Connor got around him as well there, so he lost quite a few spots on that mistake there.
Yeah, so Champ MX, your current leader, holding a fast time right now of a 1:59. Everyone else is averaging just about a 2 minute or a 2:01. So no one really really catching Champ right now if he keeps those times up. Let's see, going down here, it looks like we got a battle brewing over here between Lazy of the Moto Factory Honda and Mountain Drew. This should be about your battle for, I believe this will be 14th. They're going to come around the sweeper coming into the big tabletop. Some nice dually scrub action. Oh, and Drew, I didn't exactly see if he hit the pylon or he hit Jay Karen, but Jay Karen was down. So he's going to lose 2 spots as Murray of the Power Dream Honda is going to start to come in.
LBG just made a pass for on Toppus for.
Yeah, Toppus got a little squirrely there before that downhill and caught the fence a little bit and allowed LBG to slide on by him.
Toppus is still trailing him. Nice little battle.
Yeah, so this should be still the battle for 4th place now. So LBG is starting to gain a bit more points now, just mitigating the damage of his current points lead right now over Dark. Dark sitting back in 9th with about 2.5 laps to go here at Moto 1 in Unadilla. Champ MX with a solid 13-second lead over Scott 822.
You know, guys, I just want to point this out here that though Toppus and LBG are really not super far behind Twisted, all it would take is one bad wreck from Twisted or, you know, the slow physics or something like that to happen for them to catch back up.
Yeah, only about 9 seconds last time they went across from LBG possibly maybe getting on the podium. And with 2 laps to go, that is plenty of time to do it if LBG is really going to put on the gas and make something
We'll see whenever
happen.
they come across the finish line here what the gap is, because it looks like that's actually a little bit closer than 9 seconds. I could be wrong.
Absolutely. But you know, you got to think, is that something LBG wants to do this late in the moto, is extremely push himself to get on the podium, or does he just want to keep it where it's at and just keep it clean?
Nah, if I was LBG and I'm trying to manage, you know, damage control on points right now, I know I've got a decent gap, and knowing that Dark is back in 9th, I would just ride as clean as possible, try to stay focused, just hit my lines and not really worry about trying to make a push for podium. If it so happens to fall in my hands, then, you know, okay, but I'm just going to try to keep myself up, keep myself on the bike to at least take away as many points as I can.
And speaking of keeping it up on the bike, I believe Scott 822 made a mistake and Twisted is right behind him now. So we still might have some late drama here in Moto 1.
Oh, most definitely, because if you look, LBG and Toppus are right there. They're really not that far. So if those two get to battling each other and slow themselves down or bump each other or something like that, trying to make passes, you know, Toppus and LBG are right there to capitalize on that.
Absolutely. You see Twisted right there, and there is LBG and Toppus just right behind him as we're coming up into the notorious hill section of Unadilla. And I say that, and LBG gets a little squirrely going up the first one.
Brad, what was you going to say there?
Just how far Champ is checked out. The white flag is out for him also as he's crossing the finish line. 1 lap to go.
Yeah, so just now Champ is getting that white flag, and you can see him right there. The gap he has pulled on 2nd and 3rd place. It wasn't that long ago that him and Scott were battling for it, but costly mistakes. So there
Last
it is.
lap here, guys. I believe Twisted is gonna try to make something happen here. He's within striking distance. If Scott makes another mistake, Twist is going to be right there to capitalize on it. So I think he's going to make a really hard push, try to get as close to him as he possibly can. Just like that right there, he made a mistake. Now, if he can get through this clean, he's going to gain a lot of time on him, and he does.
He did. He was only about 3 seconds behind him as they crossed the finish line.
Looks about like 2, just visually looking
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Scott blew that inside berm, and that allowed Twisted to catch up that much more. So, Twisted definitely hungry now that he has him in his sights that close. I'd expect him to try to go for a pass pretty soon. Hopefully before the screw you section, because that's going to be a costly section, and you don't want to try to make a pass there if possible, because of the fact that you might lose traction going up that hill and end up costing yourself positions.
And it looks like Twisted just made himself a little bit of mistake there, blowing the berm. So if Scott can just keep it clean, second place should be very secured for him. So where is our leader?
He's dropping off the hill, fixing to cross the finish.
There he is. So your Moto #1 winner, Champ MX, is gonna take it. Moving back, there is Scott 822 in second. Twisted of Verb Moto moving in third. As they are coming over the finish. Fortunately, no late drama in the top 3. I think it's the first time all season we haven't had any late drama in the D class. And LBG.
And a fantastic
Moto 2.
Yeah, we still have Moto 2, but what a solid ride from LBG to minimize those damages and to be so far back in the field at the beginning to work his way up to 4th place and really cut down on those loss on points.
Oh man, you got a good battle with Connor and Paradox coming into the last turn.
Yeah, I am on it. So this will be your battle for 9th place. Is Paradox gonna send it or be able to?
Oh,
No.
Paradox went down.
Paradox goes down. The camera is not friendly to Paradox whatsoever. And here comes Lazy on the Moto Factory Honda.
Oh man, Mountain Druid's had a rough night.
Where
Maybe
is...
he can clean it up second moto. Right now, time and score has him in 16th.
Yeah, there's Zach of Woody Graphics. Big of the Moto Factory. Jay Karn of SYS. They're going to be your 11th, 12th, and 13th riders. Mountain Drew, an unfortunate race for him. Murray on Power Dream. Who's that back there? There's John Bolin. Looks like we got 1 or 2 more riders out there still waiting to finish. Oh, Machine hitting the bail. Inspector is going to get around him right before the finish. So your top 5 of Moto 1 here in the D class: Champ MX, Scott 822, Twisted, LBG, and Tapas. Some good racing here for Moto 1 at round 4 of Backyard MX here at Unadilla.